Hello there, kia ora. One of my favourite comment types that I've been getting on fabricated consent is what I like to call grift me harder disinformation daddy. It's actually a defence mechanism where they claim it's wrong to vilify disinformation groups because all they're doing is wanting to make sure people are kept informed and get out to vote. It's democracy in action, which they say without a trace of irony. The fact is these groups are deliberately downplaying their links to known disinformation spreaders. Some are pseudo-law groups that will get people in legal trouble if they try some of the things that are suggested. Others are known to spread harmful information on things like health, education, well-being and democracy, with streaks of racism and some visceral hatred for individuals and groups. And this kind of response is actually a really common strategy from individuals within these groups when they get called out because it helps them maintain credibility, reduce public backlash, and it reframes their narrative as morally justified. It's what psychologists call a cognitive dissonance reduction, where the gap between I'm a good person, which we all want to believe, and I'm doing something harmful to others, which nobody wants to believe, is lessened in their own minds. And hiding organisations and individuals' links to disinformation spreaders is harmful for democracy, because it means voters can't be fully informed when making a choice. And in some places, it has been known to impact turnout, because voters themselves are unsure if they can trust the candidates. And that also makes it easier for these candidates to then get elected, because smaller voter numbers means less votes needed to get in. Sometimes this technique is used to help them justify to themselves that working within an organisation known to spread disinformation, some of it genuinely harmful to people, and then selectively targeting pain points without context to work voters up enough to connect those issues with the solutions they present, isn't misleading. It's reframing their actions from misleading to misunderstanding, and it makes them feel like they're the truth tellers while buying some time to diffuse criticism. And during the election cycle this year, when these candidates and groups get called out, this is likely to be one of the most common approaches to combating those call-outs. So how do you tackle it? Well, you start by focusing on the pattern, not the person. Point out that it's a common tactic to avoid accountability and it's been used before to justify harmful ideas. This puts a little space between the individual and the pattern itself, which makes it easier for those doing it to acknowledge it without taking direct responsibility. Try what's known as a truth sandwich statement. Start off with the truth, clearly state what it is, describe the false claim without emotion, then reaffirm the truth with something to back it up if possible. Avoid engaging with trolls, and remember that these people do have a habit of being aggressive when they're faced with pushback. But you're never going to actually convince them directly. The audience is others who are watching. Calling it out, it's best to do it in a calm, principled, and audience-focused way. Remember, you're planting the seeds of doubt in a misleading narrative. You're not fighting fire with fire here. Hey, thanks for checking out today's video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe so you get more updates as we go along. We deal with these guys for the rest of the year.